Hey guys, Mr. B XRP back again for a weekend installment. I have been trying all day to upgrade my platform so that I can bring you guys more than just a still picture. And I'm having some problems with sound and things like that. So I'll get it worked out, but bear with me here. We'll get this thing jazzed up at some point. But I didn't want to wait any longer, and I wanted to talk about some stuff. So quickly, first market update. BTC is at 71.67, Ethereum's at 127, XRP's at 19 cents. So yesterday, after Ripple had released its insights about what it thought the future of 2020 was going to be in digital assets, immediately after we got the news that they announced a $200 million Series C, an investment that marks a record year for company growth. The round was led by Telegron, along with SBI Holdings and Route 66 Ventures. So that was a tweet that Ripple had put out, which was quite interesting and set off a chain of events and a flurry of information in the market. And what was good for us is we got a lot of mainstream attention. And I see a lot of people on Twitter were complaining, oh, it didn't affect the price, it didn't affect the price. Guys, stay focused on what's important here. The mainstream immediately jumped on this information that Ripple had a $200 million Series 3 and was valuated at $10 billion. That's the important thing. You know, we talk about all the time that only 0.04% of human beings on the face of the earth even know about XRP. Well, how many people who watch CNBC Fast Money know about XRP? I mean, a lot more than that, but even they're not invested. So now they're starting to take notice and say, well, wait a second, what is this company Ripple doing? What's going on? Which brings me to the hosts of CNBC's Fast Money. When they were talking about this, it was an absolute joke. I mean, we talk about it all the time in our networks that we're not investment advisors and we're not experts. These people are on TV. They did no research. They don't know what they're talking about. They were giggling. They were laughing. They don't know why Ripple's worth $10 billion. They don't even know what Ripple does. They don't even understand how the XRP token works. And they're getting up on a screen in front of millions of people and kind of giggling about the fact that Ripple was valuated at $10 billion. Well, I got news for you. The joke is on them for sure. So there were a couple of tweets. Let's see here. Let me go through these. So I saw a tweet. Actually, at first I dropped a tweet. And I dropped a tweet and I said, wait till these guys see the future valuation of Ripple. It's going to make this video look like the Today Show about the internet. And if you guys have seen that old video from the early 90s on the Today Show when they were saying, what's the internet? What does it do? What's the internet? It's hilarious. Well, someday people are going to take this video from yesterday and do the same thing with them. Crypto Ari, who's fantastic and everybody knows her and everybody loves her in the XRP community, she had tweeted out a couple of tweets yesterday that I thought were notable. One was, she said, a business that makes Series C funding is already quite successful. Investors expect significant returns and a secure position. C funding is often used to buy another company or boost valuation for an IPO, but not likely at a $10 billion valuation. Series D funding is common for IPO push. Ari was also on the chain about a week ago. There were 4 people on the panel. She was on the panel with Sam I Am, and she was also hinting at she thought Ripple was probably moving towards some sort of an acquisition, which brings me to her next tweet, which she also said, I see an acquisition coming. So I think Ari is hot on an acquisition. I think it's possible too. I think something is going on. And also on Twitter, Michael Arrington, who's also a venture capitalist, this guy knows his stuff, and he said and he's at Arrington on Twitter. He said, if you're perplexed as to why investors would aggressively invest in Ripple at a $10 billion valuation, the problem may be you, or you could just keep believing you're so smart and they're so dumb. Michael Arrington is as smart as they come. This guy knows what he's talking about. You know, so let's talk about this. What is this $200 million Series C investment? Is Ripple filling their coffers to make strategic hires? Is this all about hiring? I'm not too sure about that. I mean, $200 million is a lot of money. Is Ripple getting ready to make an acquisition of a company? If so, who? Another MoneyGram type remittance company? Are they maybe buying more of MoneyGram shares, or maybe the whole darn thing? Who knows? I don't want to get too crazy here, but can Swift even be bought? I don't even know if Swift can be sold and bought. I'm not even sure it can be. I don't think it's structured that way, but maybe somebody can explain that. I'm not exactly sure because the way it's structured. And just a note, you know, when we talk about Swift, I posted multiple times on Twitter in the last year and a half. One time, the previous CEO of Swift, Gottfried, he had said on camera that 80% of his business came from 20% of their customers, right? So they have 11,000 customers. So my point is, you know, Ripple doesn't need all 11,000 of Swift's customers to tip the scales on this thing. They just need the right ones to get the ball rolling. The other idea that's being floated around is Ripple is preparing for an IPO, which is an initial public offering, meaning they're going public. I'm not too sure about that, but who knows? I mean, there's just no way to know. All we can do is speculate. That's all we can do. We can take the information that's in front of us, talk about it, and somebody's going to be right. I mean, we're all throwing out these ideas. But here's the thing. The big point in this whole thing is the fact that Ripple decided to take the investment money, hence giving up more ownership in their company, as opposed to selling off XRP to fund whatever they're up to. It's not lost on me that they're putting more emphasis on the value of the XRP they're holding than on their company shares. I even once heard Bob Way say this when somebody interviewed him, and I don't remember whose program he was on, but Bob Way said that he wishes he had more XRP than he did Ripple stock, for whatever that's worth. I remember him saying that, and I thought that was interesting. So here's the thing. Here's the question of the day, guys. Why do you think Ripple just did a $200 million Series C funding round? What did they raise that money for? What are they doing with it? Hit me in the comments below the video and let me know what you think. Also, yesterday in our Patreon group, we interviewed Alex Machinsky, who's the CEO of Celsius. And Alex is one incredibly accomplished guy and has an amazing personality. Alex is one of the reasons why you no longer have to pay for long distance phone calls. He was part of one of the inventors of the VoIP, the Voice over Internet Protocol, which literally killed long distance phone companies. Alex is now on a mission to kill banks. He really despises the fact that banks don't allow people to make interest on their money anymore. But he is a Bitcoin guy, but he is still a digital assets guy overall, and supports all of the projects out there from what we can tell. His platform allows people to earn interest on their digital assets, and it's insured. I believe he said it was insured by Lloyd's. It was a great interview. I recommend everybody considering to join our group should watch this interview. In just 2 weeks ago, we started this group, the Digital Asset Investor, Brad Kimes and I. We launched this group, and it can be found at digitalassetinsiders.com or in the description of this video. And in just 14 days, our membership has grown to nearly 600 members. I literally can't believe how fast this group is growing. We've had 2 live streams in the last 3 days. We're looking to do only 1 a month, but we did have 2 in the last 3 days. We are offering a lot of perks to our members, including all of our videos ad-free. We have a Telegram group that is on fire, and it is lit all day long. There are people on our Telegram group, And we have much more coming that we're going to be announcing that will be perks for our members. Our philosophy is to under-promise and over-deliver, and our members say we are over-delivering to them every day. You cannot believe the feedback. Membership is just $4.99 a month, and I can tell you that with the nearly 600 people that have signed up in the first 14 days, not one person has signed up and left, which I think is amazing. So if you're interested in a non-toxic, pro XRP and other digital asset environment, this forum is the ticket. Guys, keep in mind too, as in everything in life, you're a product of your environment. Surround yourself with smart and successful people and watch your life change. I am not a financial advisor, I'm not an accountant, I'm not a crypto expert, and I am not an airline pilot. These are my opinions only. Do not make any financial decisions based on anything I say. This video is intended for entertainment purposes only. Please like and subscribe and hit the notifications button and share with anybody who you think might do the same. Thank you all for listening and have a fantastic weekend. Bye-bye.